And today, what's on tap in sports? Robert Salah or Saleh. I am from Syria. He's from Lebanon, so I can pronounce his name correctly. Is fired by the New York Jets. And I'm trying a new thing here where I just choose one word to describe each story, each situation, and what's actually going on. And if you ever see me looking this way, it's because that's where my screen and notes are. And my word today is impulsive. No, Robert Salah is not impulsive. But Woody Johnson, the owner of the New York Jets, is. Now, this is no excuse for Robert Salah or Saleh. I don't know how you guys want me to pronounce it. You want me to go with the Bob Salah? This is not an indication that he was a great head coach or anything like that. If you actually go look at the stats, he has the 21st worst win-loss record and win percentage in NFL history for qualifying coaches. He hasn't been great, but you haven't given him much to work with either. He finally has Aaron Rodgers. I know it's looked clunky so far this season, but the Jets, well, they played the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, and if they win that game, guess who's sitting in first place in the AFC East? The New York Football Jets. And I know they're not the New York Football Jets, that's the Giants. The Jets would be in first place if they beat the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. And people are like, wow, we got to fire Salah. That's because Aaron Rodgers has a little LeBron James in him. Highly talented, probably the most talented ever. We'll get to the word impulsive in a second. But we have a guy, Aaron Rodgers, who gets a lot of love. But he got Mike McCarthy fired, who won a Super Bowl. And look what he's doing in Dallas. 12 wins, 12 wins, 12 wins. He and Matt LaFleur seemed to get along, but LaFleur was like, and the whole entire organization was like, nah, let's go ahead and go with Jordan Love. And they're flourishing. And Aaron Rodgers goes to New York. He wants to bring in Nathaniel Hackett. What's a problem with the Jets? Offense or defense? It's the offense. That's Nathaniel Hackett, not Salah. I'm not saying he deserved to keep his job, by the way. I just think this was impulsive. And let's get to the word impulsive here by Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson just overreacted. The team is literally a win against Buffalo away from being in first place. So what does he do? He fires his coach. Why? A couple reasons. He goes to the London game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the club I support. And for those who don't know, Woody Johnson was the ambassador to England for the United States. So he's with all these like billionaires and all these people in London, probably shaking hands and being friends and talking all this stuff together. And they're like, what's wrong with your team, man? You got Aaron Rodgers. You got Garrett Wilson. Are you going to trade for Devontae Adams? What's wrong with this team? He's probably upset. Got to get rid of a coach. Hey, who's that quarterback on the other end? Sam Darnold? Didn't he used to play for you, Woody Johnson? Yeah. Well, he's flourishing. Your team's not. What's the difference? Oh, head coach? Oh, I'm so mad. And then he looks at all the other teams in New York. The New York Mets, well, they're hosting an NLDS game today, and we're one of the hottest teams in baseball. The New York Yankees, they got Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, and I know they're tied 1-1 right now in their series against the Kansas City Royals, but they're one of the favorites to win the World Series. The New York Knicks just traded for Karl Anthony Towns, had the city captivated. People love the New York Knicks this year. People are picking them to go far and maybe even be an NBA Finals contender. How about those New York Giants? They suck, right? Well, no. Brian Dable seems like he's a good head coach, and the team looks like they're actually playing some pretty good football, and they got Malik Neighbors, who's the most exciting rookie in the NFL, not named Jaden Daniels. Woody Johnson saw all that and was like, you know what? I don't care if we're a win away from being in first place. It's time to fire the head coach, and that's exactly what he did. And this is the consequences of being impulsive. And that's why Woody Johnson fired Robert Saleh.